Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there and age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step.
I want you to feel as if you are in charge of your financial future. And how you're going to get there is strictly based on the decisions that you make today. What do I mean by that? It's not that you don't have time to make mistakes. It's not that you can't fool around and do a few things that you consider to be fun. But at the end of the day, every decision that you make will impact your life either positively or negatively going into the future, right? And so the reason why I say invest with Festus or invest with for the future is not so that you just take my advice and roll with it. I'm not your financial advisor, but it's so that you have an understanding of what do I do in order to achieve success, and what would you like to do in order to achieve the success that you want, right? And not all success comes through finance itself. Sometimes you have to invest in yourself, invest in your health, right? I was just talking to my little brother, put some fiber in your diet, right? You're not eating enough vegetables. But when it comes to the investing side, again, similar to the last video I just posted, we're going to lean on history. They say history repeats itself. I'd rather lean toward the good part of history than focus on all of the negative parts of history that we don't want to repeat. And that's why we study history, all right? So with that being said, what do I lean on? I'm going to lean on the stock market, number one, and then I'm going to lean on real estate as well. And so those are the two things that I really, really do love, enjoy, and that I see constant growth and constant potential. Now, my microphone is about to die, so I do apologize about that, but I'm going to try and keep going since we just started this video, and hopefully you all can understand where I'm going with this. So again, when it comes to investing for the future, you start off with what you have. And when I say you start off with what you have, that just means if you have $100 to get started and start maybe getting into dividend investing like I've gotten into dividend investing, then that's going to start to compound. That's going to start to grow for you. If you invested $100 from the age of 18 to the age of 45, by the time you are 65, you would have over $1 million. And that's just $100 every week until the age of 45. So you do the math on how many years that is, and then not investing for the additional 20 years and still being able to retire a millionaire just by getting into some simple ETFs like the S&P 500 and VOO. So that's just some insight onto, you know what, if I'm not an investor, I'm not a stock market investor, if that's what you want to call yourself, and yet you just invest simply $400 a month, you can still end up a millionaire in just basically the same amount of time that you've been alive, right? Whether it's 20 years that you've been alive, 25 years that you've been alive, or 30 years that you've been alive, imagine investing just for 25 years and then coming out on top. So that's how I kind of look at it. Now, for me, I decided that I'm going to have more fun in my 30s. But because I've been investing so aggressively, because I've been investing so early, and that's probably not going to stop, I'll probably just slow down. By the time I do slow down, the investments that I make in my 30s are going to be far greater than anything that I made in my teens, that's for sure, and anything that I made in my early 20s as well. Because I just have more income, more money, and more dividends working towards a better future for me. And so if I had continued that into my 40s now, now we're in a whole different sector of conversation. Now it just doesn't make sense. I can't even fathom what that would look like, to be honest with you, because I didn't even fathom being in this position today where literally all my bills are paid, my investments are on autopilot, and I just find myself spending more money on principal pay downs and spending more money on additional investments because I have nowhere else to put the money. The savings account is overflowing, and so You know, I'm at a point in my life now to where already I'm feeling like that, and I'm still in my late 20s now. So again, just starting early, starting to get those habits and build those habits. I was excited when I ended the year positive $200. I was excited when I finished I believe my third year of stock market investment, positive $2,000 for the year. I was so excited. Now those numbers have doubled, those numbers have tripled over time. Why? Is because of being consistent, is respecting history and respecting money, and understanding that you can allow your money to work for you is going to do great things. And in fact, it's going to work harder than you work at certain points in your life. So my money is going to continue to make me money. Sometimes I wake up and I see those dividend payouts on my screen. It says McDonald's paid you today, Apple paid you today, Pepsi paid you today, Coca-Cola paid you today, Costco's paid you today. Those things give me a little boost of joy. But after 8 years of dividend payouts, honestly, it's normal now. It's like a regular paycheck that you just see, oh, okay, and you go about your day and you get more money going to work and you're doing all these things. But when I first got started initially, it was so exciting. I would check all the time. Okay, when I used to use M1 Finance, I'd be like, $25, and then it's auto invested. So I'd be looking at my dividends like, did I have enough to auto invest this week? Did I have enough to auto invest this month on dividends alone? Those are the type of things that got me excited, got me going, and continue to motivate me to continue to put into this. And then I will tell you that there are always going to be certain things in your life that are going to almost try to derail you from getting ahead. And what do I mean by that? When I was starting to invest in real estate, my lenders were trying to actually get me to pull my money out of the stock market to invest in real estate. No matter how hard I worked, no matter how much money I saved, working in the restaurant industry and doing all these investments, they wanted me to pull my money out of the stock market to now buy these properties. And I was like, no, not going to happen no matter what. And you know what's so funny? This is before I became a mortgage lender myself. They were super okay with that, and we just closed the deal with the regular cash that I had on hand. And I was just confused. Why did you want me to use my stock market monies to buy the real estate? That didn't make any sense to me. And so, and it still doesn't make sense to this day. I was a refinance mortgage lender, and I've never asked someone to borrow from their investments to buy the same property that they could already buy with cash and a loan. So it never made sense. And I was just like, no, you know, so sometimes even your lenders will give you horrible advice. I've never, not since my first real estate deal, have I ever pulled money out of the stock market to buy anything whatsoever, except, again, my first real estate deal, which was actually to buy real estate. I had put that money in the stock market, which you probably shouldn't do if that money is for real estate. And it actually grew by $1,000, and then I ended up using that money to purchase my first property along with some savings that I had already had. But then my other stock market account that is strictly for stocks, I wasn't going to touch that. And ironically, I was asked on 2 properties to do just that, to sell and use that to purchase the property. And I was just like, absolutely not going to happen. So again, sometimes you have to stick to your guns, understand what you want to do, understand how you want to diversify, and you know, it'll all work out for you in the future. Don't let anyone derail you from your process once you set your mind to it. And if it's historically backed and proven, you got the okay and green light for me to go ahead and do it. If it's not historically backed and it's not a proven strategy, I would only tell you to be very, very cautious, slow down, and understand exactly what you're doing before you get into it. Now, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.